they're probably involved in this new club I heard about. They're kind of creepy, but and kind of emo. They call themselves. She thinks for a moment. Yeah, they call themselves the Infection Club or something. I heard they're like hang out at a coffee shop near the academy, but like I'm not into stuff like that.
Oh, no, of course not. Infection Club. That sounds rather unusual. Is this a hip thing amongst youngsters nowadays?
Okay. Now I'm starting to wonder how many questions you've asked. I think 2.
I think 2, yes. I think I'll ask for the
whole hip thing. The whole hip thing doesn't count as a question.
No, because
she just says, yeah. I mean, for some kids, maybe not for me. I mean, those are just a bunch of emo creeps.
Indeed. Well, I know the address of this coffee club she mentioned, right? Or this.
No, she just said some coffee club, but if some coffee shop, but if you ask into it, she says she's not exactly sure because she's not interested in hanging out at such a place, but it's apparently somewhere near the Hillwood Academy, which is a fancy school for fancy teenagers with rich parents.
I see. My daddy's richer than yours. I burn all the daddies. Anyway, moving right along. Sure, then I have my 3 questions. And after I've done that, I will actually text my friend.
Actually, you still have 1 question. I just gave you some stuff for free because they basically tagged on to the rest. You can still ask 1 thing if you want.
I am so tempted to corner one. No, that will not be heroic.
Ask her how old she is.
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
These are big questions you get to ask pertaining to the investigation. The rest you get for free.
Okay, guys, do you can think of a good question I can ask the shy teenage girl?
Or you could just go around asking somebody else. It's basically just 3 questions you get to ask from the entire school.
You could ask her the name of one of these emo hipsters that goes to the place. If she knows.
Yes, one of the big shots. Never mind.
You get to ask another question. I'll only give you useful answers.
Huh.
You're getting the feeling. You know what? I'll give you an answer, even if you didn't ask for it, because this is a useful fact. You're getting the answer. You're not getting a lot of useful information at the school. People are just clueless. Maybe you're investigating the wrong place. There, that's a useful answer, I think.
All right, that is indeed useful. Well, in that case, I don't need to have a third question and one not. So, at that point, I get a text message. To fight crime.
A human trafficker even.
Oh, that just gets my temper flaring.
Yes.
Right. Thank you, Linda. You've been a very good word. Helpful. It has been a treat to converse with you, and I wish you very much.
Sure, it was no problem, Mister. Call me.
I'll tweet you on the Facebook machine.
Yes. If I ever get back into this part of town, I probably could. Yes. Now, I need to help a friend who seems to be getting into a bit of trouble.
Oh, good luck with the plumbing.
Oh, yes. Thank you very much. Now I need to be away.
Pa 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 pa.
Pa pa pa.
And you hear a sigh behind you. She sounded all swoony and what have you.
He's so dreamy and plummy.
Dreamy and plummy. Yes, he's a regular Mario.
Ooh, does it mean I get pie?
Fireballs.
Yeah, and you don't even need fire flowers.
Unfortunately, it also means that I only get pie and cake.
Yeah.
If there's any way you can get the ability to flush yourself down a toilet and appear out of another toilet somewhere else,
That would be awesome.
Get it.
Well, that is a good power up.
That is like. At first, you think that's a really silly ability, and then you think of all the places that have toilets that are unsecure. And you just go. Like,
I did a Marvel game, and one of the mutants he could turn into water, and he actually the bad guys he actually got into their lair by going up through and coming out of their toilet, and I thought it was really clever.
Nice.
Excellent.
Did he do the sound effect?
I cannot remember. It was so long ago. We can only hope.
Yeah, that would be awesome. All right, so what
it's
do you
time
say
for crime?
we do a scene transition?
Ooh, is it time for crime?
So, am I making the right assumption when I say later that night at the city docks? Correct?
yeah. Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Does the place have a skylight?
Well,
it's
the
a
docks.
boat.
I will make my own skylight if need be.
More explosions.
Might be.
Wow. And I'm desperately trying to find the right music for this scene. That's way too snazzy.
Okay, Well, I go, hail there, chums. Are you ready to poke the vile criminal underbelly? To suck up your crime vile underbelly into the underbelly? Yes, totally meant to say that.
We'll tickle the belly of under crime. Yes, whatever.
Okay.
Now, my good battle chumps, what plan have we?
Well, if it is this filthy human trafficker, I don't think we're doing the world a disfavor by putting him out of business. If it isn't, well.
Yeah, there was a stubborn turd, so I called straight for the guy in sewer management. So I thought you could come and help us flush him.
That is not funny.
Like he slaps himself on the forehead and he goes like, "You bunch of idiots."
So,
all right. Well,
you're now at the city docks, a very dreary and shady place to be in, especially at night. You just know all sorts of criminal transactions go on here daily.
So I've been waiting here a little while for them to turn up. Have I noticed much coming and going?
No, it seems to be rather quiet. But then again, are you near Stanislav's ship, or are you remaining at a safe distance for the moment?
Middling. Between his ship and safety.
Oh, okay.
Midway.
Okay, give me, because this might be interesting. Give me... are you sneaking around? Just asking.
Let me see.
Or you know what? At this moment, it's not really that important. Just give me an investigate to see if you learn something interesting before your friends get there. Okay?
Okay.
This is basically just moving around and keeping an eye open. What tags would you like to use for this?
Can I use my premonitions?
Sure. Totally.
Okay, I will use premonitions.
Anything else?
I don't know that I have anything else useful.
Good point. I don't think... Yeah, I also don't immediately see something that would be handy. Okay, premonitions it is.
Yeah. Okay, let me roll. I'll find my dice. There we go. Yes. That'd be 10.
Great. You got lucky. All right. One question, I assume. What do you want to know? You ask me.
I want to basically get a sense of how much muscle this guy may have on the boat.
Okay. You look at the boat, and it's a really outdated cargo transport ship that doesn't really look up to snuff with current pollution standards on pollution and what have you. So, but when you look at it at your first glance, it doesn't anything besides it's old and rickety. Nothing seems really out of the ordinary. But then you suddenly get a premonition, and you see all sorts of people like emerging on deck of the ship, and they're like pulling out crowbars and an Uzi, and you could even swear that one of them had a rocket launcher.
Nice.
Okay. So he has a few friends. Yes.
You think in total there's about 4 or 5 of them.
Oh.
But they're well armed.
So it's pulled up at the dock, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Let me ask you.
Off the table.
If I was standing on the dock, would I be able? Is the boat close enough to the side of the dock that you could actually touch?
Let me show
boat?
you. Hold on.
I say we commandeer a container crane, drive it up, and swing down by the.
Does that answer your question?
Okay, right. So I couldn't reach out and touch then.
And then I get to say my line.
Well, it's pretty easy to get onto it. It's like it's pretty close, but yeah, you can't just extend your arm and touch the hull if that's your question. But it is well within leaping distance.
Well, let me ask you, my reality altering tag that I have.
What's all that clicking noise?
It's not from my end, I am sure you.
Oh, it's the game. Hold on, this thing is flipping out. Give me a moment.
I think the table is saying more rolls, less role playing.
Read me dice.
There we go. Your dice got stuck under the thing, Dawa.
I have a thing now.
Yes.
And dice stuck under it, apparently.
Yeah. And I'm apparently moving the wrong things. What the fuck am I doing? Give me a moment.
I have no idea.
There we go. I dislodged the floor. I am not joking. Okay, Dawa.
You're currently suffering technical difficulties.
Yes, slightly. Tentacle difficulties.
So I wanted to ask my mysterious reality bending tag.
Yeah.
How reality bending can I be with it?
You
can't control it.
You tell me, and I'll tell you if that's a good idea or not.
I mean, consider this: we do not know the full extent of our powers.
No, that's true.
Well, I was just wondering if I could maybe kind of portal us onto the ship rather than climbing on.
Under the ship.
Onto the ship.
So either
either
opening something in the side where we can step in, or maybe walking into a door nearby and stepping into the ship.
That sounds like a change the game move. If I'm not mistaken. Let me check.
As DM, you're never mistaken.
Actually, yeah, this sounds more like something that's beyond the scope of what you can usually do. If you want to do something extreme like this, I think you're gonna need to stop holding back.
Okay,
which
how
is a
does that
risky
work?
move. I won't lie to you.
May I suggest something completely different?
Sure.
Okay.
Poof! Suddenly there's this container crane there. It was there all along.
Yeah, that's more changing the game, but that more assumes it was there all along and you can now commandeer it or something. Is that what you're suggesting?
Yeah.
All right.
And then you can swoop down the chains while I scream, "Dive, comrades, dive, dive!"
Well, there's a ramp if we just want to get on it. It's the not getting shot with rocket launchers part that I was trying to take care of.
And that is why we need to dive.
Just because you're called blessed, you don't have to tell us to dive all the time, Strangers, dive!
Ooh, I like that. Thank you.
I don't think any of us have sneaking type skills.
I do.
You do?
Snooping around.
Does the Man Mountain have anything sneaky?
How well do we
What
know
a
each
silly
other to know
question.
that? I mean, seriously, how hard can it be? Just don't make too much noise. And when all fails, get a cardboard box.
Yeah, that's also something you can do to change the game. Just get some gear. To get a temporary tag or something.
What, do you have to use something to get that?
Well, look up the rules.
I'm just saying, if you use the change the game move, you could, for instance, get some gear. Like it says here, create summon new objects or beings with one tag of your choice. Wow, this is apparently very difficult.
Indeed it is.
We're just trying to be careful.
Okay, that's good.
Why? This is not that kind of game, is it?
No, a noir
launcher.
game is
Should have
kind of
mentioned
about being careful. It's not about just running in guns blazing.
It isn't. Huh. Oh well.
Yeah, they got a point.
Well, currently it is only the Detective Lestrange on the scene, right?
Yeah, but you guys are en route. He's just keeping an eye on things, and he had this deadly premonition about the place being, the boat being full of well-armed men.
I think I'm just going to wait on the other.
Okay.
So I imagine like we strided behind him at something like it.
I'm going to send a text actually with be quiet and careful coming in. There are a lot of guns on that ship.
So yeah,
you first.
So a lot is capitalized and underlined as well.
Okay, so the two of them appear behind him. I think they're like, "All right, Declan, what's the plan here?"
Well, the slime ball is on that boat, but he has a lot of friends with very large weapons on the boat with him.
Ah, I see. Well, then we need to get inside of the boat quite quickly and quite surreptitiously. Perhaps you could use some cover to sneak aboard.
We should also be careful if this is a human trafficking boat. We don't want it sinking. You catch me drift?
Oh, indeed. Think of all the people who are trapped inside. We must save them from a life of indentured service.
Yeah.
I do believe we require a distraction of some kind.
Well, people love looking at fires, don't they?
Well, this is a boat which is clearly not up to standards, so fire would be a very, very dangerous thing to have happen on board.
not on board, but nearby enough to make him a bit nervous, maybe? Or just, a dumpster fire in clear view. People love watching fires.
I don't know. A dumpster fire. I could, perhaps that can be arranged. You sure you don't want... Let's see, how does this work? Oh, this is interesting.
Yes?
Right, okay. Well, so the plan is that I create a little distraction using a bit. Yes? And then
how about this?
And then we sneak aboard, avoid the guards, and get to the villain.
So wait, you can do like liquid fire, yes? Plasma.
Yes, I can do that, I think.
How about if you set a fire out a little way to sea? So they basically go to that side of the ship to look at it, and we come on the other side where there's hopefully no people.
I see.
Like if you do a big flash and flames roaring over there, and people naturally go over to look, and then our side is clear of people.
Whoops.
I could. However, I have yet to master the art of throwing my fireballs. So...
That's when you close up?
I need to be rather close, yes, indeed. And if I'm over there creating a distraction, I can't be over here sneaking into this ship.
Could we maybe combine our abilities? So he does the flame and I use my mysterious reality bending to project it out under the water?
Or you could just use mysterious reality bending to create a dumpster fire.
But then but this has the benefit of being in the opposite direction of where we're coming on.
There's nothing in the rules that says you can do that, but I'll say you can do that, but somebody has to make the roll, and you basically just add each other's tags to it. But somebody has to make the main roll, shall we say.
Why don't you make the roll, Dower, and you can add my mysterious reality bending onto it.
All right.
So you're going to create a huge flash to distract them, yes?
Mm-hmm. I will use my firepower that has a lovely tag. So it's better in damp conditions.
Well, we are at the docks. It's damp.
It's on water. You're actually doing it on water. So yeah. I'd say that definitely counts as damp.
I'll just go grab my dice.
Grab that D.
One moment. AA. I love this. D. 1, 2.
Yeah, it's totally not dry here. So the odds are in your favor.
The odds are in your favor. May they always be in your favor.
I rolled a 5.
That's not great.
Is that before adding things?
Yeah, which tags did you add?
I can add up to 3, right?
Yeah, you can. Why don't you add Burning Nimbus?
Yes, better in damp conditions.
And then
snooping around.
Snooping around it can't really be added because you're trying to attract attention. But you had the extra tag from Declan with this reality warping, so you have 3.
Nice. That at least is an 8.
Okay, which move are you using? Let me try to help you to see which move you're using. You're trying to distract them.
Change the game, probably?
No, not really. Oh yeah, you could inflict the status on them.
Yeah, looking at the pretty lights.
You could inflict the status distracted on them.
That is my goal then.
Okay, let me see here. You did only get a 5 though.
Plus 3 is 8, yes.
Is 8, that's true. Okay, let me see here. Okay, that means you have 3 juice.
That's like invocations, right?
Yeah, that means you get 3 things you can spend, and technically you don't have to spend them all right away, but personally, I guess you want to distract 3 of them to give them the distracted status, correct?
Yes, indeed. Mm-hmm. There's always this one guy that goes... There's always this one guy that says, that is a little late to the party, so...
So, okay, I'm gonna quickly... Oh, hold on. I'm gonna get a chip. Hold on, I'm gonna get a chip. Marker, there we go. So, you create this huge blinding flash. Scale it up a little bit. And Stanislav sends a couple of his goons to investigate the matter. And they're lured away from the ship.
Neat.
Yep.
All right.
They're still nearby, though, so if some ruckus breaks out, let's say a firefight, they could come back pretty quickly.
Oh, yes.
Alright, so what are you guys planning on doing?
Well, getting on board a dang ship, of course.
Indeed. We sneak aboard like the bilge rats we pretend to be.
Alright. So...
I may be ratty, but I ain't no rat.
Like the scurrilous pirates.
Pirates.
The pirates, honorable rats of the underground, who keep their word and do only board ships.
Yes, who are in a constant struggle with the evil Red Empire.
So, you guys are gonna try to sneak around, correct?
Yes.
Sneak in, but yes.
Yeah, that means you're gonna use the sneak around move. So I'm gonna need rolls from everybody, starting with the person who mentioned it first. Dawa, you are gonna sneak around. Tell me which tags you would like to use. I will inform you at this moment, if you think it's really important, you could always burn a tag and get an instant 10.
I will be using snooping around, obviously.
Yes. Okay.
And dodge to quickly step into cover when there's this guard looming. Oh no!
Sounds like a good idea. You could have all
Let's see.
You could also use better in damp conditions.
Yes, totally. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I walk like I am a born sailor.
Mm-hmm.
Sailor!
I mean, you're the salamander. You're near water. This is your natural environment.
Indeed. Uncannily so, since I do not acknowledge my mythos.
Not exactly. So, and try to not to knock over thank you. So
that would be a 6 plus 3 would be a 9.
A 9.
Right. I am almost a Nazi.
I think you did quite well.
Sneak.
Not as well as you'd like, though.
Oh dear.
Okay. As you are sneaking around, you notice that one of Stanislav goons starts sniffing the air, and he mumbles something in some language you clearly do not understand. Sounds Eastern European. Or Russian, you're not sure.
Okay. Well, then it's the sneaky times for the big guy.
I would like to sneak before the big guy, please.
Okay.
You cannot.
Actually, yeah, why? Just
because he may give himself away, and I don't want to be next to him when it happens.
If one of you gets caught, you all get caught.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way this works.
That's the way the cookie crumbles, comrade.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so Mitosis, how is he gonna sneak around? Seriously, he's huge!
Well, yeah, he's huge, but he can change the skin texture and color.
Ooh.
So I might be huge, but I'm a huge chameleon. And also, secondly, I can use my powers to grow extra limbs and extra strength, so I can take angles impossible for the 2 others. So I could actually throw myself off the edge of the dock and just clamber along the side of it and then clamber all the way around the ship, basically. So wherever the guards wouldn't be looking, where they think like, no man could reach this place, with my immense strength, I will get around, and my immense chameleon-like behavior will make me invisible.
Okay, I am gonna... Where the hell did I put this marker? Ah, here it is. I am going to invoke one of your weakness tags, though.
Yes.
I am gonna invoke struggles to retrain growth.
Okay, so...
As you try to move yourself out of viewing range, you accidentally start growing a little bit too much stuff.
Okay, what does that mean in game terms?
That means, basically, you wanted to add how many tags? 2, right?
Yes.
That means you only get a +1 instead of a +2, because I triggered one of your weakness tags. But that means you get to mark... Ah, crap, this is too big. 1 attention. If all your attention boxes are filled, you get an upgrade.
Okay, good. I will roll the dice then.